Hello all and welcome to the Mug Life DIY. I am Julia and I am so excited that you decided to stop by my channel. So in one of my recent Dollar Tree trips, I found some really cute and brand new little items for a tiered tray that I thought were absolutely adorable. So I wanted to give you a couple of ideas that I had just with picking up a few Dollar Tree items. Now, this little sign I felt like was brand new, but I'm not entirely sure. I love how it was thicker than the typical little wooden sign. So I want to make a black, small little riser. So I glued on all 4 of my legs. Now, if you didn't see my previous video from earlier this week, I made a more of a traditional farmhouse style with a white distressed, but I decided I wanted a dark one today. So I am using the little planters, I believe they're called mini planters that I believe are also brand new to my Dollar Tree section, and I glued all 4 of the legs on. Then I began the painting process. Now, because this is like an MDF wood, it does soak up acrylic paint. If you had spray paint, that would probably be the fastest route, but I am actually all out of black spray paint, so I had to go the old classic gray and just went around really heavily with my black acrylic paint. And this super easy riser is all done once you apply a second coat of acrylic paint. Now, project 2 is going to be taking one of the Dollar Tree tags that has the beaded garland. Now, I wanted something really simple. I am going to be making a couple of these, but one that I have been seeing that I am really loving at stores is just texture. I love texture and I really wanted to bring that out in this piece, and I am actually flipping it over. I thought if I want to use this for another season, all I will have to do is flip it around if I get bored of this textured one. So I'm taking some Dollar Tree stickers that I have had for quite some time, and I just love the filigree design. It is just so pretty. And I grabbed 3 of them and then just placed them kind of securely on. Now with these stickers, mine always stay on, but if you have issues of them not sticking on, definitely you could use hot glue or regular glue sticks if you want to add a little bit of extra security. Then I went over it with my black acrylic paint and just went over pretty heavily just so everything would be nice and even. And something that I always say, and I feel like it really just adds another level to your crafts, Dollar Tree never finishes off any edges. So I like to paint everything, sides, backs, just to make it look like a higher end store. Then I just took some white acrylic paint and dry brushed all the way across just to kind of highlight those pops and that texture that the raised stickers have. And that's it for this little Dollar Tree tag. And for this next part is for all of my beginner crafting friends. If you are not sure how to make a tassel that you absolutely love seeing in Hobby Lobby or any other high-end stores, this is it for you. I am just taking some jute twine or jute string, whatever you can find at your local craft store or Dollar Tree, and I'm just wrapping it probably anywhere from 10 to 20 times, depending on how thick I want the actual tassel part, and just holding it secure. Now, it does help if you already have another piece that is cut off, but it is me, and as I craft, as I go, I'm always a hot mess. So as you can see, the lovely painted fingers and the paint on my floor that I have to clean up later on. But you just want to wrap it around your hand about 10 times, and then we're going to cut off the excess string. And as I mentioned, we will want a shorter piece that is going to hold our tassel together. You just take the cut off piece, it doesn't matter how long, and you're going to tie it up at the very top. You can do a single knot or a double knot. This always helps me secure it to whatever I am trying to attach it to, because not everything that you want will have something you can attach your tassel to. So just a little tip, if you don't have an extra string or a string long enough, that longer string will be perfect to attach it to. You're going to cut off another piece of your rope or your jute twine, and this piece is going to be the top section of your tassel. Now pull this string that we just knotted from the top, pull it all the way taut. Once you have done that, you're going to take the string that we just cut off and you're going to begin wrapping it around. Now make sure it almost looks like there's a little bit of a peephole up at the top. I like having a little bit of a bubble up at the top. I feel like it really is a cute look. You can make it a little bit tighter because we do have that knot up at the top, but you're going to want to wrap it around as many times as you want it and secure it with a knot. And once you have tied that top knot, I always like to trim mine off as close to the knot as I can. Now, one thing I also like to do, but I couldn't actually find my lighter, was burn your actual twine. This will get rid of any frays that you have, and it just really kind of elevates the look of your tassel. Now, you just begin cutting the bottom edge. You can let this be uneven because I kind of like that organic look, or you can trim this to be completely level and all of the same size at the bottom. This is completely the look that you're going for, is what you're going to want it to look. So you can make these tassels longer, you can make them shorter, just whatever makes you happy with the end result. And now that you know how to make a tassel, we are going to be attaching this to another really fun beaded little tag that I have just now recently found at my Dollar Tree. I absolutely love this one with the beaded garland, and it has the little feather at the very end. So what I'm going to do is just attach my tassel to my little beads, and I kind of had to play with it a little bit just to figure out what would work best. And because that little end loop was so long for this project, I didn't actually need to use the loop that I ended up making. So I took that off, and I am going to feed my little string through my loop that I have. Now, the larger you make this loop, of course, it's easier to push the twine through. So just be mindful when you're kind of thinking of how you want to attach this or where you would like to attach it. And that just helps the overall look. Then I just knot it together and you're done with this project. Now, I don't know about you, but all of these just are so fun and so easy. So I almost feel like they're just Dollar Tree hacks. Now, for this next piece, I just absolutely love. I have only ever found it in this black color. So I do have some other ideas of changing it up a little bit, but for this one, I'm just going to take some Dollar Tree beads, and after deciding on which color I wanted, I just fed them through the little wire piece. And all you really have to do is twist for it to come off nicely, so you don't have to worry about breaking it too much. I'm taking some little twine ribbon that I have also from the Dollar Tree just to add a textural layer and element to this piece. And I wanted it to kind of not be lined up, so I did that on purpose, guys. But if you want it to match up completely, that is completely fine as well. And then I'm taking some leftover, I believe this is like a leather cord I had from a previous project laying around in my craft stash, and I just think the layers look adorable. All right, now this fun little beach house that is no longer a summer project is actually a house DIY that I did back for Halloween. So I knew I wanted to DIY because I love doing two-sided decor. I feel like it really stretches out my budget and it allows me to just be creative and reuse and repurpose items that I already have in my decor. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree wallpaper. I absolutely love crafting with this, and I feel like this pattern is fairly new. I'm not sure if I have seen it before, but if you guys haven't, be on the lookout. It is absolutely adorable. It's kind of like a light watercolor greenery. It's just super adorable. And the longest part of this project, as always, is me pulling off the backing. You know, I don't have nails, and it's always a struggle for me to peel that piece off. Now, because I also couldn't find a pencil, I'm gonna have to trim off all of that excess. Now, of course, I have to do it the hard way, and, you know, I'm struggling as usual as I'm crafting, because I don't always think as I'm crafting. I just kind of craft, and if you're a hazmat crafter like me, you can totally relate. So I just had to use my scissors and cut around it. This would probably work best if you had an X-Acto knife or a pencil and you traced your house out. Both would work amazing. Just, you know, life tip, be prepared when you're crafting. So I'm taking some more of that little ribbon. I just love this texture of this ribbon. I picked it up probably 6 months plus. I feel like it was in the fall section, but honestly, it all blends together. So I am just taking it from the previous little black sign. That was the last project, and I wanted them to complement nicely, so I just wrapped it right around the top, and this project is done. And as I said, guys, we are going to be cruising through all of these hacks, so I hope you guys get lots of inspiration, and hopefully you guys can find these in your Dollar Trees soon. I always post different items that I see that are brand new on my Instagram, so if you're not following me over there, I do post a lot of Dollar Tree items and new things that I see on my weekly Dollar Tree shops. So be sure to follow me at the Mug Life DIY. I literally had to think about that. That is sad. So taking that same wallpaper, and I just, like I said, obsessed with it. And I just stick it to the back. I kind of press it out so I can kind of see the edges that I'm working with, and trimmed it out. And because I said no pencil, I took the back of one of my paintbrushes and poked that hole that had the beads and fed it back through this cute little tag. Now, what's so great about two-sided decor is having so many options. So you can add another tassel to this little tag if you would like, but I'm thinking of adding this one to one of my glass bottles, so I left the loop as is. But I did decide I wanted to flip it over and have a fun complementary side. So I'm taking some of these Dollar Tree stickers, also absolutely obsessed with. I believe I picked them up last year. Now these are very textured and raised, and I just kind of had fun playing with the pattern of the different ferns and the greenery. I just think it's so fun and pretty, and I have decided this year I'm adding a lot more greenery to my home decor just to warm it up, and I'm just loving the natural vibes. So that is what I did with this last little project piece. And we are totally cruising on to project 7. Now, I did find this white one, which is a little metal sign with a wooden bottom, and it says welcome to our home. Absolutely adorable. So I just wiggled it off of the base, just like I did with our black sign, and I fed some Dollar Tree beads through it. Now, I didn't think about adding just a bigger bead because I was already going with it. So this millimeter fit really tightly, so I did have to push each of these beads quite far down, but it did end up working, so to each their own. But I am obsessed with beads, so I just thought this one little piece really elevated this piece. Glued it back on, but hey, I decided I needed it to be a different height than the black one, so I added some larger Dollar Tree beads to the bottom, and bam, that's it. And I have been messing around with my tiered tray in my kitchen. I have placed it so many different places, but I am obsessed with where it is right now in our kitchen. Added a little bit of Dollar Tree greenery, and it's just so much fun rearranging and styling with all of my pieces. I hope you guys can find these hopefully soon in your Dollar Trees, because how fun and how quick were these hacks? I mean, are you obsessed with all of this green and fun, pretty neutral colors? I mean, it's kind of a different thing and look for me. So I am trying something new this year, just warm and welcoming colors in my home. I hope you guys enjoyed and loved every single one of these crafts that I made for you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of the love and support, and I will see all of you guys next time.